They've got their man, and now it's time to go on with you. You know, you can come out with all the detail you want, Paul. It was just a case of making sure Rangers got a man in place, and then they've just got to go on with it. He's a good coach by all accounts. If he hits the grass running and they can transfer that onto the pitch and get some results, it'll make it a whole lot easier.
He said it's all about winning games.
First, I think it's very important that my focus is on my person, what I can bring to this football club. My football, what I want to see in the pitch is intensity, sprint, is a togetherness, and is a playing forward style. Because we want to create chances, we want to create goals. And we have to understand, and this is also part of the football, we have to defend as a group, as a unit, much, much better with a lot of aggressivity in the duels and all these things I want to bring to this club. That our fans go home and they like to watch football games, they entertain the football and winning games. And this is, I think, also important to understand the order. At first, you have to win games. Then we can speak about play attractive football. And if you do these points in this order, then we have straighter togetherness with our fans again.
Does it matter he wasn't the first choice, Billy?
I think he says in his press conference today, I watched it, that it doesn't matter. He's there and he's delighted to be there, and that's the right answer for a Rangers manager. He's saying all the right things because the detail that he's saying: sprint, defend better, numbers, win, and then you get confidence to get better. That is the order for Rangers. That's the way it's got to go. I think he'll have to problem solve as well when he's in there. He's got to be a really strong character because they're a quiet bunch of players, but they've got an intensity about them and strong mind that you would have to handle as well. So
stubborn, would that be?
I wouldn't say. Yeah, it's a wee bit strong. Resolute. Yes, that's well put, Paul. Yeah. And I still think you have to handle problems, and there are problems because. Obviously, again, in Saturday, I was at the game. Really good first half, right tempo, right intensity. Was 1-0, should have been 3 or 4. Second half, Jim Goodwin was brilliant. You have to give that because he just flipped, and put somebody on Nico Raskan, and suddenly the game just changed. And Dundee United probably should have won it in the final bit.
Danny Röhl today. We'll hear a wee bit more, Peter. I know you've been doing your homework, as you always do, about the German coach. But he said, I'm not concerned about what choice I was.
No, because I'm honest to you guys. You can be the first, the second or the third choice. Important is that you win the next games. And then you have to go forward. Yeah, I think this is the reason why I'm here. For me, it's not a situation, because I'm sure, and I'm honest to you, I cannot tell you which choice I cannot just tell you that I'm here, and it gives me the belief that I was the first choice. And with this direction I want to go forward.
Peter, there's been so much change. What a time for him to come in. What an opportunity.
Fantastic, and he's right, because at the end of the day, Paul, if I was going in as Celtic manager, I wouldn't care if it was 10th choice, to be perfectly honest with you. If I get the job, I'd be absolutely delighted, and so he should be. And the thing is, I think he started very well with the first thing he said: win. That's so important, and obviously somebody's talked about it because he mentions it quite a lot in the interview. I did watch an All or Nothing with Germany in Doha when they went to Qatar for the World Cup, and he was very much part of Hansi Flick's background. But he wasn't one of these guys that just sat there and said nothing. He had an opinion with superstars. So I don't think he'd be shy in telling people, and giving them the right advice. He's seen him doing individual coaching with certain players in the group. He seems really, obviously, well connected in that respect. As a young man, he's obviously had to work hard at that, because I think he finished his career, as you said earlier, with probably an injury. And you find a lot of these guys get into coaching very quickly. He's got a great knowledge. Obviously, disappointment, because that time Germany got knocked out, really surprisingly. So there was a lot of hurt in Germany at that particular time, and he's had to handle all that. So there's certain situations he did, the same situations at Sheffield Wednesday. The fans loved him there. It was always the chairman they were after there. And every game they used to chant his name because they were impressed the way they tried to play. And they're a big club with a pressure on as well. So listen, I'm disappointed because I think he's got something about him.
Do you? You think he is more of a threat to your old team
than Steven Gerrard? Yeah, 100%.
Billy,
that's a fair statement. Yeah, it's a fair statement, and time will tell, because managers come to clubs and they do say the right things, and win is so important at Rangers. Russell Martin said that as well, but you've got to get it onto the pitch somehow. And then that problem solve, as I said, when Saturday they flipped Sibbald onto Nico Raska, and the game just changed, because if you can imagine, both midfields played with one sitter and two forward, and it was kind of leaving Dundee United in space, and he just said, no, you get right on this, Raskin.
He didn't enjoy it, did he, Raskin?
He didn't like it, and that was his sixth position. That's been well spoken about.